We told you how Meghan Markle was very gracious, in fact, in taking along some of her very specific and celebrated jam when she went over to Colombia, for Francia Marquez. Well, it's friendship, isn't it, And then, of course, Francia sadly got it wrong, or Franny as she likes to be called, got it wrong by announcing to the world that, in fact, she'd been inspired by seeing Harry and Meghan on that Netflix series, the six-parter that everybody talked about. Apparently, she could not stop watching it, according to a very close aide, and was absolutely thrilled when Harry and Meghan agreed to finally come over to Colombia. Of course, it was wrapped up in this thing of culture and visiting and school children, but really many people cite this as being something of a, what's the phrase the kids use today? Fangirl, you know what I mean? Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because behind the scenes, you could see, of course, in these doctored pictures that Harry and Meghan have allowed out to the world's media, well, it's all about smiles with the rictus grins and, of course, making sure they all love one another, and everything is very much staged to make it look a very successful visit. But as we told you, the visit itself was not a great success. Lots of empty seats in all the venues. This has been put down to the stringent security, and apparently they were more than happy with the people that attended. Well, that's good, isn't it? Very wise indeed. But here's where again it gets more confusing, because Franny basically has said that she was so inspired by this particular docu-series, and when you think about it, it's been derided around the world, particularly for that terrible fake curtsy that literally was the end of any popularity that Meghan and Harry could have had over here in the United Kingdom. Well, according to Franny, she believes that this particular docu-series should be shown to young girls in schools, as ever, allegedly. And this is simply because she said she was so empowered, and she thinks that Meghan is an icon of our times, and more importantly, people should see the struggle, strife that she's gone through and what she's achieved. Now, what I can see she's achieved is a few bit parts in movies, of course a bit of a third-rate place in a cable TV series called Suits, and she married rich, but apparently she's an empowering woman. Now, empowering women, you might say, well, that's quite nice and all that sort of stuff, but if you're that empowered, why then do you make your female employees sign NDAs so they can't talk about working with you? The same is, if you're empowering women, how come the women are always paid less than the men in Archwell, as ever, allegedly? But check it out. So you see, it's a strange thing, but I think, according to a source, Franny has just been so beguiled by Harry and Meghan's recent visit. She's talked about it, obviously, for months in advance. No doubt will be showing the snaps, and more importantly, believes that the pictures and the footage and everything like that will and should be shown inside schools, along with the docu-series. Now, here's the really interesting twist, because, as I told you, like the Nigerian footage, Harry and Meghan are hoping to put together a sort of royal year TV doco that could be sold around the world, and no doubt will be shown in Nigeria and Colombia. Over here, we've already seen exactly the bits that we feel we want to see, or indeed we know about. So quite where they're going to sell it to and how much money they think they're going to make remains to be seen. But remember, they hold all the rights to the footage. It was their own videographer filming them literally from the moment they stepped off the plane. So no doubt this will be something else that Franny Marquez will be desperate to see, more importantly herself, and then no doubt want to show all those wonderful children, literally, over in Colombia, to make sure they can remember the day they had a fake royal visit. Either way, exciting times. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.